Hello investors and welcome back to Just Randy Stocks. Here in this video I want to give you an update on what's happening with the infrastructure bill and the social bill that's been tied to it. There's three critical votes. We're going to go through those. I also want to go through what's happening with this administration and why is it so unpopular. I want to cover that briefly because for those of you around the world that might not be as close to the administration or what's going on over here in the United States, I know sometimes you ask, what is happening? Why can't y'all get it together? Hopefully I'll be able to shed a little bit of light to that. I want to spend too much time on it. I want to stay positive going into this weekend. I also want to take a look at this stock compared to the other ones in the same sector. So let's do a little comparison. I want to take a look at the Twitter account for PTRA because some news did come out today and it didn't move the stock at all. Why is that? We're going to take a look at the charts. I want to take a look at the call and put options to see what's trending. And let's not delay any further and let's get started. So for those of you not familiar with what's happening with the two bills and the three votes that need to take place, the first vote is the rule, the resolution that would set the terms for floor consideration of the 1.85 trillion social safety net and climate change bill. So this is one bill, this is one vote. And this would allow for 2 hours of debate before the bill is voted on. So then next is this social safety net and climate change bill. After the floor debate, the House would vote on the legislation. And if it's passed, the focus would turn to the Senate, where Schumer of New York, the majority leader, said this week that he hoped for beginning debate on this measure in mid-November. The bill is likely to go changes in the Senate, and this needs 50 members of their caucus to comply with strict rules on the provisions that can be included in the legislation under the special process known as budget reconciliation. This last part, which we've been waiting on for some time, and it's been coupled with this other bill, is the infrastructure bill. The $1 trillion bipartisan measure was approved by the Senate in August, and a few weeks later, the House passed a rule for its consideration, which would allow an hour of debate before its vote. This is the third vote. So House passage on Friday would send this bill straight to the president's desk for signature. So what does Let's Go Brandon mean, and why are people saying it, and how does it tie into PTRA in this video? So for those of you around the world that may not be close to politics and you're always asking what's going on, I just wanted to let you know that in the crowds in NASCAR and sporting events, people are chanting this. Fans chant, you can see it right there. I'm not going to say it. Did an NBC sports reporter really try and pass those chants off as Let's Go Brandon? So Brandon Brown, post-race interview in Talladega, basically they're hearing this chanting going on that's obviously saying this, and the NBC sports reporter said, oh, they must be saying Let's Go Brandon. So people have ran with it. They've been saying Let's Go Brandon. They've been chanting this in the sporting event stands since about a month ago. This is old news, but for those of you that may not know how much people are opposed to the current administration, and it's for a few reasons. I don't speak for everyone. I want to make that perfectly clear. I'm trying to capture what I believe is happening. So number one, people are incredibly frustrated with how the voting process went with the Trump administration. Number two, people are frustrated with the mandate and being forced with the vaccinations. Some people believe it should be a choice. So number three, Afghanistan and the killing of innocent civilians and pulling out without a plan. All right, let's take a look at the charts. I've got a red line in here from last time at 1052, and this is where I wanted to see it hold up to show that we met a support line, that maybe we have some new support moving forward. And I'm not sure that this is going to stick for support depending on what happens with the bill and what happens with the Q3 earnings. So there's a lot of things still up in the air. And obviously we still have the lockup for December, which is about December 15th. And about 2 weeks prior to that, you could see some volatility. So towards the end of November, the beginning of December, we're not completely out of the woods yet. So this did run up almost to $12. Actually, it did go up past $12, about $12.05, $12.06. So if you look back here, this is where it met some resistance and people took profits. They didn't want to find out what the results were going to be of the infrastructure bill. They thought it was going to be probably disappointing. And this is an opportunity where they said, okay, looks like it's going to run over 12. I'm going to lock it in. Some people tried to lock it in today. Down here at the bottom, didn't want to see any further decline of the price. I'm not here to tell you when to sell. You've got that option. Make sure you look at your charts. Obviously, this had a bullish run up. I can tell you when I think it's down, so that way you can cost average down, because I'd like y'all to hold on to this. It's a long-term play. I think this is something you're going to want to have through 2023, 2024, because EV is here to stay. I've said it before, I'll say it again. So I just hope these charts help. When you look at them with me, you can see when the news came out that this attempted to go up, and then it was like, no, not today. So it didn't close out, and we're closing the day on, I would say, a bearish candlestick, which isn't very large, but it is one. So let's take a little bit closer look at the Bollinger Band and see what happened there. Nothing's indicating to buy here in this range, but I do like the EV plays, climate change, and I like the metaverse right now. That's what I've said, but obviously this isn't down in that buy territory. So just a reminder about the call, the earnings call. I'm going to be on this one. I'm not going to record it because it's going to be available on their web for you to listen to it, but I will be giving you my thoughts immediately following this, and obviously we'll get the results of the price action after it. So are we going to get good news, bad news? We don't know. I'm expecting good news, but that doesn't mean that the price of the stock's going to go up. So you can see the trading volume is normally average at 2 million, and it has been right about that or a little under. So nothing significant to report as far as volume trade. Looked like some people were possibly getting out of their trades today in anticipation for bad news of this infrastructure bill. And we had some people riding that bullish wave yesterday as we approach that $12 range. So if we take a look at the puts, we've got puts for November. We've got puts increase for November. We've got puts for December. People are putting puts in. Not too much call action happening. So expectations that we could see this price get driven further down. That's at least what people are betting on, as far as the earnings being the next catalyst, and then the lockup period ending. So there might be some future buying opportunities before we really see what's going to happen. We're going to need to see guidance. We're going to need to see an update for PTRA to be able to tell. This is obviously not high volume action that you're seeing. This is not mega numbers, but compared to people thinking that it's going to go up versus it going down, most people are betting that this has further pressure down. Thanks for watching, and be sure to check out the description for additional details and offers, of course. Thank you, PTRA community. Appreciate that thumbs up. I'll see you in the next video.